T2 is doing a special Pujo Adda with Gaurav Chatterjee and Gaurav Chakrabarty. I'm saying the names very carefully.
From day one, we've been going through this. You can make it worse. You can confuse people all the more just by putting Gaurav Chakrabarty here and Chatterjee here.
That's what keeps happening, you know?
Yeah.
And people actually say this, Shobhushai Chakrabarty chele Gaurav Chatterjee. How is that possible?
And they even said things like Uttam Nati Gaurav Chakrabarty.
It's bad. No, actually, if somebody can say Devleena Kumar is Uttam Kumar's granddaughter.
No, they have done that. They have done that.
then-
Before we got married, they actually did something like that. Somebody wrote an article, Uttam Kumar and Natni, Devleena Kumar biye korchen Gaurav Chakrabarty.
Madness. And there have been times where I've received phone calls where people have gone, Gaurav, we want to do a Valentine's Day shoot with you and Devleena. Yeah. I said, you asked Gourab if he's okay with that first.
And the same happened with me. And I worked with Ridhima and you worked with Devleena. So I got calls like, কালকে তোমার শুট আরে ও আমার শুট আচ্ছা আচ্ছা এটা তো জানতাম না আচ্ছা তুমি আর রিধিমা hang on wait no I think you're calling the wrong Gourab. That keeps happening. I think I'm generally very clear about how I pronounce my name because I have a B like I spell it as Gourab. So I mention it like Gourab for Bombay. You know, Gourab Chatterjee. So, but then now I don't think we do that because we've passed that stage, and whenever we get calls and we know it's the wrong Gourab, like we basically have, you know, we got calls from production and saying that the car's waiting, the gari dani ache bari niche kalke gari 8টার সময় পৌঁছে যাবে. We don't even try to correct that person.
So
all we
you
say
play
is like,
pranks
yeah,
on
okay,
people
fine.
now.
And I just WhatsApp him saying, kalke tor gari asche সকাল 8টায়.
He's actually done this.
Yeah.
He's sent me a message. কালকে তোর কল টাইম এত গাড়ি এই সময় আসবে এইটা হচ্ছে গাড়ির নম্বর I realized that he's received the message which was meant for me and vice versa. It keeps happening.
Yeah.
But did you ever play pranks on people related to this name confusion?
I think we are too good people. We are too bhadro chile.
To do that, we've never taken advantage of it. I don't think we will.
Yeah.
No luck there.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could tell me how your friendship started.
Friendship started actually from my first film, which was Rong Milanti, which was directed by Kaushik Ganguly, and we met during the shoot of that film, and we hit it off immediately because we knew of each other before that because my father was very close to his father and I'd heard a lot about him, and by the time I was doing Rong Milanti, he was major star.
No, I wasn't. I did a television, my first series, my first serial happened, and yeah, I mean, I was famous by then. People knew
Durga
me.
was a phenomenon, and so Rupam was everywhere.
And we met in the sets. I mean,
And yes,
yeah, in Bharat.
so of course I knew him, and we Kaushik Ganguly took us together for the recce for the shoot. He was going to see the locations in Bolpur, and he said, "You guys come along with me, so that you get to know each other and you develop a friendship which will show on screen when we shoot the film."
So before we reached Bolpur, we were already like very close friends.
Yes, all five of us:
all five of us.
Indrashish, Tanaji, Ridhima, and the two Gourabs.
Yeah.
বাট সেটে তোমাদের এই নামটা নিয়ে কতটা কনফিউশন হয়েছে তখন?
সেটে ফার্স্ট ফিল্ম আমার, সো হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্স ইজ আমাকে তো কেউ গৌরব বলে ডাকছেন, আমার ফার্স্ট ফিল্ম আই এম কনস্ট্যান্টলি বিং কল্ড বাই মাই নিকনেম, তো ওইখানে there was this separation which quite clearly happened.
And
So,
and Ridhima in one of the Telegraph interviews at that time made very clear about and made my nickname very public.
oh yes.
So
there was
we
a-
call each other by our nicknames, and that's how we address each other.
That's how there's no confusion here at
Yeah.
least.
Okay, since this is a পুজো shoot and we are shooting with dhotis, পুজোতে তোমরা কতটা ধুতি পরো, মানে ধুতি পরা হয় তোমাদের?
ও তো খুব পরে
আমি তো
দেখেছি।
হ্যাঁ আমি পুজোতে প্রত্যেক দিনই ধুতি পরি, and yeah, so every day it's like so initially before when I started doing যেটা বললো যে when I started doing my TV serials and people started knowing me, and I have this phobia, like I get very anxious in crowd. So I would run away at that time because we would get a holiday around that time. But after knowing Devleena, obviously I started staying here. And I told her, like, if I'm going to be here during Durga Puja, I am going to be doing it properly, you know. So I'll be wearing dhuti, I'll be wearing Punjabi and the traditional way. So yeah, so that's what I do.
Yeah, either go whole hog or don't do it at all.
Or don't do it at all,
Correct.
But Gaurav, are you a dhoti person?
No, I'm not really a dhoti person. I love wearing a dhoti, but it requires a certain while you're wearing it requires certain upkeep. You know, you have to keep it in a certain way, and you have to avoid certain scenarios. Whereas if I wear pajamas, that it doesn't.
And it looks very good, equally good in kurta pajama. So yeah,
I prefer wearing kurta pajamas because they're more casual. A dhoti I find is slightly more formal. It's like wearing a suit. And but I'm equally comfortable wearing both. And nowadays you have dhotis which are pre-tied, so you just have to wear it like a pajama. Those are things that I really like.
You and me both would love that.
Yes, me and my son, both of us wear the same kind of dhoti pants.
Okay, what are your pujo plans this year?
Nothing. It's one of the days we meet, and
Yes.
anyway, so that is there. And otherwise, it's just, it depends actually, you know, that particular moment we make some plan or something, we meet people randomly. So yeah.
In general, the daytimes are spent working during pujo, and the evening times are set aside for family and friends and catching up. And also, as soon as all the work is over, we plan to go on a trip somewhere. I don't know where, but we'll go somewhere.
We are giving this adda at odd and we cannot not talk about food. Like, how much do you give in? How much do you bunk your diets during pujo? What is it like?
See, I'm not a very I don't diet too much. You know, I'm not very conscious about what I eat.
Some people are just gifted.
No, just that I'm not a huge foodie, which really helps. And so as they say, I eat to live. I don't live to eat. So automatically I don't eat too much. Whatever I have little bit. So but pujo food is something that you don't really think about what you're eating, or you don't think about calories, and you don't think about how much oil is in the food. The 5 days you have a blast.
Yeah, totally. You wake up in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, okay, lunch ajke ki biryani, ajke luchi mangsho. So it's like, lunch, dinner, it's like sorted. Like, you know, you're going to eat out and eat a lot of it. So yeah.
Do you want plan your looks today for the T2 shoot? Like, to come on the
not
set,
at all.
you want to
No,
wear
No, the thing is, he wears this all the time, and I wear something like this or t-shirt. But today, particularly when this was a shirt that was washed, and I was able to take it out, and I wore it halfway, and I was like, shit, I think Nikki and I are gonna be looking like brothers.
I think they just wanted to add to the confusion and actually play the prank on the teacher.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
now before we used to get irritated, but now we kind of enjoy, that in a sadistic way that people are confusing us.
So I'll tell you one really funny story. So, there was this party that was happening. I had gone to that party, and Gourab hadn't entered the party yet. And I went to the bar to take one drink, soft drink. And the bartender who was there, he came up to me and said, "Such a huge fan of your entire family, and there's so much of culture and so much of this and that." And I was like, "Thank you so very much. And this is my card. If you ever need a bartender for any of your personal gatherings, do let me know. I'm the biggest fan of your grandfather." And that's when I realized, you messed up, my friend. And I said, no, actually, I am Gourab Chakrabarty. I said, oh, okay, no problem. Actually, I've seen
So
one of
he's basically a fan of him, but then he thinks that he is the grandson of Uttam Kumar.
But it doesn't end there. So he realizes that he's speaking to the wrong Gourab, and this person tells me that, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I've seen your work. I've seen you in this series on Hoichoi where you were on a wheelchair. It was called Charitra." I said, "My friend, you are still confusing me for him. It is Gaurav Chatterjee."
Yeah.
And then it happened for the third time. I think he confused me for him for the third time, and that's when I decided that we should end the conversation here,
I think you should
because you're
stop.
embarrassing yourself too much. And when he entered the party, I said, "Go meet him."
I remember.
It was hilarious. So these things keep happening.
Keep happening, yeah.
Thank you so much to
Thank you.
Gaurav and Gaurav for
Thank you.
the chat. And if
Thank
you
you.
could share a pujo wish for the T2 leaders and viewers.
So I wish a very, very happy দুর্গা পুজো শুভ শারদিয়া টু অল দ্য রিডার্স অফ টি2। পুজো খুব ভালো করে কাটাবেন, দারুণ আনন্দ করবেন এবং সাবধানে থাকবেন।
By Gaurav Chatterjee. So I also have to say the same thing, of course. I mean, খুব ভালো কাটুক পুজো, খুব আনন্দ করে কাটুক, খুব ভালো থাকুন, সবাই খুব আনন্দ করুন এবং আমাদের কাজ দেখুন এবং আরো কনফিউজড হন। বললাম যে ঠিক আছে।